love to go prospecting in all the mountain streams, and as I go I love to sing, my gold pen in my hand. Go for me, go for Ma, go for me, go for Grandpa, ha 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 ha. Go for me, go for Ma, my gold pen in my hand.
Hi, Grandpa here. Well, another video, another creation out of a few pieces of junk. But I did spend good money in the little blue tube here. I paid good money for that. And this piece on the bottom, which I'll explain in a little bit, that's off the toilet plunger. Brand new toilet plunger from Walmart. $2.97. Still haven't figured out what I'm going to use the wood pole for, but I'll explain that in a little bit. Okay, what Grandpa's created here, I'm giving credit to the Adansk miners from Ghana, Africa. They have something they use. They dive into the rivers, and it's a large wooden bowl that floats. They call it the sika koro. This is Grandpa's vision of the sika koro, updated into a high quantity production pan. Kind of like the Maverick Pro pan, which I guess I'm advertising for. That's because he's got thousands of them and he wants to sell them. Grandpa's got one of these, and this is just going in his museum, okay? This is the only Grandpa's sika koro in the world. And what it's made out of, this is a screen, quarter-inch screen, made out of an old wire basket. I lined it with some wire. That's hose around the edges to cover up the sharp edges, because when you're dealing with junk, it's not always nice machine pieces. Okay, we're just going to set that down there. Now, what I have, the handle is made out of a bicycle rim. I cut a part off of a bicycle rim, and I put that as a handle. It is attached to part of an old grill somebody threw out, because you know Grandpa only deals in garbage. Now, what Grandpa did, what's unique about this, I have attached a catch pan to the bottom. A lot of guys call these catch pans, and I'm going to let you know that what Grandpa's got on here, got it attached with a 3/8 bolt, wing nut, washer, and I'm going to just take it off because you got to see it to appreciate it. Held on with a washer, pull through the bottom of the grill cover. I have an actual pan. That is a frying pan. Drilled a hole through it, stuck the bolt, attached the suction part to the toilet plunger, because that is what protects the frying pan when I start rocking this, because this is what's going to collect all my heavies. It's going to collect the gold, the black sands, any heavy minerals, emeralds, any of the jewels. They're going to get caught up in here. I've got a screen on the bottom of the grill. That's going to keep out anything larger than 1/8 of an inch. And this is designed so that when I put this together, this is going to create a natural ripple. I have to put this baby together. It's going to create a natural ripple so that when I put material into the sika koro, once again, that is a Adansk 4 large wooden bowl. This baby ain't wood, but they're going to get credit for it because it's really a great tool. And those guys dive into the depth of the river, put stuff into that bowl, and go for fine gold all day long, and they maybe make 30 cents a day. Okay, now we've got that attached to the bottom. Now here I've got a larger screen. This is what they put on for drywall to catch the plaster. This is going to be a little screen, so this will keep out anything bigger than 3/8. So 3/8 is going to drop through here. Anything smaller than an 1/8 is going to drop into the catch pan. Anything larger is going to work out. And the bottom of this catch pan is going to work like a fluid bowl when it gets full, so that it's going to throw out anything that's light, and it'll only end up at the end of the whole production day. Could probably go a number of days working with this, unless you're filling it up with gold. But I'm going to show you how this works. Got the buoyancy floats on here. That's so that it replicates the action of the sika koro, the wooden bowl. That floats when they're using it. Now I've got a screen here because I don't want anything too big to go in. So they take this, and I'm not going to do too much. You throw some of this in here. Now I'm going to just splash some water in. We're going to wash this. A little bit of clay in here. And what we'll do, we're going to get this thing working. You see how it's washing the clay? It's washing all the stones, and it's dropping down into the bowl. That's all we're going to do. I don't want to make a big mess here. This is such a pristine lake, but you guys have got to see what I do. Now, this is designed, you can see the material catching up in here. Okay? If there was more material, you could probably work this when it's half full. You work it this way. What you're doing is just a simple rocking motion. You're working all the heavies to the bottom. Remember, anything bigger than an 1/8 of an inch is going to be staying out of the catch pan. Okay, now that would have taken off by turning it this way, any big stuff would have come off the top. We're still catching some material in there. So what we do with that, this once again works into the pan. Now we have an opening. You want to make sure that gets washed around so we can drop in that catch basin. Now we have an opening on the side where our material, let's keep washing. You can see the material here where it can wash off the pan. Any of the light stuff can wash off, and the heavy stuff is getting caught up in the bottom. Wash that real good. Once again, we're going to go to the side. And with the buoyancy in this thing, it feels like it weighs about 3 pounds. And yet, to actually carry it, it's more like around 18 to 20 pounds. But at the end of the day, we're going to... The reason I've got this little piece of yellow hose over the bolt is just to protect the threads. Just want to protect the threads so that 2 or 3 years from now, I can still take this off just as easy as I am today. Now, I want you to know too that this thing was completely designed. I presented it to you untested. It's designed using hydraulics, gravity, fluid retention, all the material that we've learned as prospectors. Now, in the pan, I'm going to drain this off, and you've got a little bit of the heavies. That stuff is the heavy stuff that got caught up. At the end of the day, you put this in your pan or run it through your processing equipment to clean it up, and you've got your gold. If you want to pan it out, you could probably pan it out just like this. But you get the idea. Now, I have to apologize. I don't normally spend a lot of money on these types of inventions, but Grandpa did spend upwards of $15 on this. Now, I know the Maverick Pro Pan is a little bit more money. Yes, I know it's going to be just as effective. And I think it's a darn sight more fun to play with in the water. Every time I do it, I think of the Gdansk miners, how those guys dive, the courage it takes diving into muddy water. You can't see the bottom, and they bring up that hope, that glimmer, that desire. Because whatever little bit they find in that sika koro, S-I-K-A-K-O-R-O, whatever they find in the bottom of that sika koro is going to support their family. For those guys, it's not something they play with. It's their living. They take it serious. So when Grandpa designs something to their tribute, I take it serious too. I hope you enjoyed this. And that's it. Grandpa Sika Koro. God bless. May you have the love of family in your life, and may you have color in every pan. God bless you. I enjoyed doing this for you. Take care. Love, Grandpa.
I love to prospect in the stream. It's always so much fun. The bubbling brooks, they call to me, come get our pretty gold. Gold for me, gold for Ma, gold for me, gold for Grandpa, ha 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 ha, gold for me, gold for Ma, my gold pan in my hand.